Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot spoilers, of course, because that's
Of course. They haven't seen it by now. They're crazy.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And I have a very special guest here with me, and this is Matt. Say hello.
Hi, guys. How you guys doing?
Good. I'm good. How about you? How are you doing? Are you still
I'm
sad that WandaVision's all done?
I mean, yes, but I'm excited to see what the next chapter is in the MCU. I mean, it's Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but as far as Wanda goes, I'm excited to see where they take her next.
Yeah, me too. So tell us quick about like what your channel is about and how and what do you do?
Well, it's called Geek What, and for one, I just basically do anything geeky slash nerdy or whatnot, mostly to deal with like comic book stuff. For WandaVision, I mean, I do trailer reactions, and then I did breakdown and reviews of each episode, and then I did a season 1 review. You know, I'm about to have another video that I got to do, but that's going to take some time. But yeah, no, that's pretty much what I did for WandaVision.
Oh yeah, so I'll check out his channel. Everything from him, his social media and stuff are all in the chapters down below. I guess before we start, was this like your most anticipated like show or your movie of the year? If you saw my video, my anticipation, this was like number one, and we'll go through at the end if this still is my number one or not, since we see the entire show. So how about you? Was this like your anticipation?
It wasn't my number one, but I definitely was looking forward to it. It was definitely higher on the list than some other stuff. I do enjoy anything comic book related, so I was looking forward to this for sure.
Yeah, me too. I think the hype was real. And once the episode goes on, I don't know, we'll see at the end. So let's go over the episode that really hyped me. I think everybody else. For me, the number one best episode, which it was so hard to be honest with you, because they're like, you have their good and you have their flaws. But this one, I don't know. I think this one really excites me. I think it's episode 6. It's called A Whole New Halloween Spectacular.
Right on.
And I think because everybody's excited for this show because they saw the first clip of Scarlet and Vision wearing like their original costume. That's why everybody's like so excited for this show. And this is the episode when things start becoming like weird, like very, very weird. And then the ending of the episode just still gives me the edge of my seat every time the episode ends. Like, what the hell? So the only downside for this is like, I wish the episode was longer again. I wish that they would spend more time with the twins. I don't know. I just wished. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot spoilers, of course, because that's
Of course. Oh,
and,
if they haven't seen it by now, they're crazy.
yeah. I was gonna say that I wish that they would just reveal who Evan Peter is right away rather than like waiting. We'll get into Evan Peters as the episode goes on. So that's my number one. How about you? What's your number one?
My number one was episode 8 previously on. I really liked this episode. I thought that the acting was really great. One thing that I really loved was I love how the first scene was like an Agatha Harkness kind of origin story, but I really loved the first like 10 minutes was just Wanda and Agatha in the basement. And I thought it was just so well written, and it just proves that you can write a full like 10-15 minutes of just two people in one space, and it's just so good. And then I also really liked seeing a lot of the flashbacks. It was really good to see the emotional steps that Wanda was going through from childhood to now. I hit my and then I really felt the end when Wanda burst into magic and created her little magic world, her WandaVision. You really felt her pain, and I really enjoyed that. Elizabeth Olsen did such a great job throughout the whole show, but I really felt it in this episode.
You'll be sad where this episode goes into. So you'll be, oh my god. Okay, so I'll get to why. Okay, what's your second best episode?
My second episode is episode number 7, Breaking the Fourth Wall. I really liked this one. I liked the whole concept of Wanda taking a break for herself.
Oh yeah.
And then I also liked, as a parent, parent myself, I like Wanda, like when she was talking to twins and she's like, listen, you think because I'm your mom, you think that I have all the answers and I don't. And I really liked that. And I also liked Monica Rambeau. This is the episode where she gets her powers. I felt like a little bit like Monica was shortchanged as far as an origin story goes. I mean, but at the same time, it was fun to see that go through. And then, you get that ending, which was really fun when Agatha gets revealed and everything. And I just really liked it a lot.
Oh yeah.
What was your number?
The second.
No, go ahead and finish your thought.
Oh, I was gonna say, oh my god, you're gonna be upset with me where this episode goes on my list. I think we're going like up and we're going. This is the fun part. Okay, it's my second one favorite is on a very special episode. This is episode 5. This was so hard. I like this episode because like I'm such an Agnes stan. Like I love like Agatha Harkness. Like there's just so many great moments from Agatha. Like, the thing that stood out to me was the opening. I love finally seeing like the thing where she kind of breaks the fourth wall. It's like, hey, let's just do it from the top. There's so many great moments from Agatha in this episode, and I love the 80s. It's like I love. Oh yeah, by the way, I also love how they introduced like the twin in this episode. It was interesting and cool. Also, lots of great things. This is everybody's favorite, even Wanda Sam. So they love the Wanda moment with Sword when she like just like be like a villain badass, like, hey, I'm giving you a warning, step out of here, and then I'm gonna like throw like the helicopter. It's such a badass move. Like I said, I love the weird opening. I also love how the episode ends, like with when Pedro like shows up. I used to not like the opening of episode 5, the 80s. I just feel like everything was like so upbeat, and then episode 5 was like pretty like sad. But as I kept watching the episode and re-listening to the themes, I started to fall in love with it. Hold on. Stand by. Hello. Sorry, no, we had some technical difficulty.
Yes, my bad.
So yeah, episode 5 is my favorite. I think I just said all my thoughts. So what is your second best episode?
Well, my third favorite episode is
second
episode. Oh, it was number 7. Was episode number 7.
Okay.
Yeah, we already went through that one.
Oh, so now we're number 3? Okay.
Yeah, we're on number 3.
Okay. My brain is.
It's okay. So my number 3 was episode 6, the all new Halloween Spectacular. I just, again, like you had said before, I love seeing them in their original comic book costumes. I think Halloween's a super fun holiday. I also really liked, even though I didn't really like the Fox Pietro from this, I did like their interactions. I love the part where he asked her, how are you doing all this? And she's like, I don't know. And then I really, really love the end when Vision goes through the barrier and the twins are like, something's wrong with Dad. And then she blasts out her powers and makes the thing bigger. I really liked that a lot because it showed, just how powerful she really is. And I did love this episode a lot. It was really-
oh my god, when Vision's like dying, that really broke my heart. I'm like, Darcy, somebody help him. I hate Howard. I'm so sad that he didn't get snapped or something, like part of the hex. That still upsets me. And when I'm like, come on, Wanda, like save your husband.
Right on. Yeah, no, it was I really loved that part of the episode.
That tell reference everywhere. I just love how character he's straightforward with him. Like when I look back, I'm like, oh my god, that was very direct, like straightforward.
Yeah, I really loved like the fake Pietro. He had a lot of really good lines in this episode. Like when he was all like, when she was like, what happened to your accent? He was like, what happened to your accent and everything. Again, I also really liked him when he's all like, hey, why are you gonna save your husband? It's not like he can die twice. And then she's all like, boom, she's all like, don't say that to me.
Yeah,
I really liked that a lot too. So I did enjoy this episode.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I also love the opening too. It's one of my like favorite. Like I still don't know why Agnes is there, but okay.
What was your number 3?
This was so hard. Like I don't know where to put this episode. It's the finale, the series finale. I don't know. I can't put it at the end, but it's entertaining too. So the reason I put number 3 because I think it's just the action. I think to me the action scene that interests me is Wanda versus Agnes. I don't really like the Vision versus Vision. It's just like I just wasn't really into it. But I was very into Agnes and like Agatha. Pretty interesting. I love again Agnes or Agatha, or I call her Agnes for now. I love her humor and stuff. This is my favorite line. Like, heroes don't torture people. Like that's my favorite. And lots of great moments. And we finally see the Scarlet Witch we want her to be from the beginning. She finally has a head crown. Like she has to have the head crown because fans will be pissed. We'll go back to piss. That's the downside. Went so fast. It's like hit or blink moment. So you can only like catch those moments if you rewatch the episode again. And yeah, like I think the downside for this is of course the storytelling felt pretty rushed. I wish that this was split into two parts. I understand there were some production problems or something. They blame COVID and stuff. That's another story we'll get into. Again, I think the downside, that's why I was having a hard time. Where do I want this episode to be? Because of the disappointing big reveal. The only big reveal we got was Scarlet Witch's like, like costume. What happened to the things we've been promised for? There's nothing really related to the multiverse. Like, I mean, there is if you look closely with the book and stuff with the start. I didn't notice until I watched like the breakdown Easter egg videos. I'm like, oh yeah, because like I don't know. I think it's just the hype. Oh yeah, exactly. I think it's just the hype of the actor of like, oh, there's gonna be a big finale. I think the cameo was such a big disappointment. Of course, I think this will be. I think I would love this episode more if like Doctor Strange comes in. Like, I don't care if it's like an X-Men. It's just that I want Doctor Strange to be there because he's related to the film. Then I'm happy about it. I'm just disappointed and sad that nothing, but I'm happy with the results I got overall and lots of great Agnes moment. My favorite scene of that is when like Wanda was looking for Agnes in the crowd and then Agnes like snapped everybody out of reality and they're all like blaming Wanda. It's kind of creepy and I also love it too. And when she was like mental breakdown, I'm like, oh, this is exactly like the cover of House of M when like she was like cracking reality and stuff. It's just wow, what a show. What a finale. But
Right on.
yeah, so how about you?
For what did I think of the finale, or what's
Oh,
my number 4?
what's your number 4?
Oh gosh, my number 4 is
Oh, this is number
episode
3 for me. Sorry.
Oh, my number 4 was episode number 4, We Interrupt This Program.
Oh.
I really liked how it started off with showing how people came back from the blip. I thought that was very, very good, very interesting, because we kind of saw in Spider-Man, the second one, Far From Home, but we didn't really get to see, the chaos of it all and everything. And I really liked that a lot. And then I also liked seeing the switch from WandaVision sitcom thing going on over to outside the hex. I really liked that a lot. And I thought it furthered along the story for someone like myself that it was actually a show that I wanted to keep watching. So yeah, I really liked it because it did that switch and everything. And then yeah, that's why I picked this one for my number 4.
Oh, sorry. The series finale was my number 3 rank. I didn't know where we are. So, okay, this is my number 4. This was so hard. Like, when I first watched this episode, I'm like, I didn't really like it. But as I kept watching repeatedly, I started to like it more. It's episode 3. It's now in color. I don't know. I find this episode pretty charming. Seeing Wanda being pregnant is pretty cute. And this is my favorite Wanda 70s look. She looks so gorgeous. She looks very comfy than like the other like looks she did in that case. She feels so free and like, yeah, it's a fun episode. And I was legit scared of Wanda in like towards like the last, like, oh my god, what is she doing to like Monica? We kind of like saw that coming. I don't know, it's a fun episode. I think it's an episode when everything starts, as Grace Roundup said, everything, the engine is like running. Everything is, this episode really shows that, oh, okay, we're about to change genre. And we did. That's my ranking. So yeah.
Right on. Yeah. My number 5 was episode number 5 on a very special episode. I really like this because it introduced the twins. They start off as babies and then, switched into 5-year-olds real quick and then turned into 10-year-olds when they got a dog. I really liked that too. I also liked the part where the dog died. Twins were like, can't you stop it from dying or whatnot? And Agnes was like, you can do that, and she was like, no, I can't do that. And then she also, when she talked about how she talked about her brother before that, but then she had talked about how you've got to face this, because they're gone and they're gone forever. So I really liked that a lot. Pietro showed up at the end, and Darcy was all like, they recast Pietro. I thought that was interesting because I, like so many, did not think that he was going to be Quicksilver from the Fox X-Men. I honestly thought that he was just cast as, say, a Mephisto or a Nightmare. I was one of those people that was thinking it was that, but it wasn't, which we didn't find out this episode. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty fun ending. And then, but I did like the show for that other stuff.
Yeah, I think, like when somebody knocked on the door, I was actually hoping it was the real Pietro, as everybody thought, like, oh my god, that's when Evan Peter comes in. I was like, whoa, and pretty like shocked. I knew there was something off about him, but like, Yeah.
Right on. Can I just real quick say one more thing about it? I also really loved the confrontation at the end with Vision and Wanda when they liked when he was all like, what did he say? I can't remember his exact words. I'm paraphrasing when he's all like, I want to know what's going on. And then he flies up in the air and then Wanda floats up in the air.
Or you
And he's
can't
like,
control me or something.
yeah, and then he's also like, I'm scared. And then she's all like, do you think I'm really doing this? You think I can control everybody, like when they go to the dentist and when they walk their dog? And then you got the knock at the door or the doorbell ring, and she's all like, I didn't do that and everything. And he's all like, I don't know if you did or not. But yeah, I really liked that end fight or whatever with between
Yeah,
them.
that was gonna be a fight, but no, they're just like they almost had a fight, and then the door like stopped them from doing it.
Mm-hmm.
My number five best episode. I guess this is like mediocre. I don't. Yeah, this episode was so hard. I don't know where to put it. It's episode 4. We interrupt this program again. I love the
Right
new
on.
change of pacing. I love the opening. I wish that we got that from Spider-Man Far From Home. I love seeing that. I'm like, okay, at least I got some like peace behind the blip or something. At least I get to see it. It was very intense. I will never forget it. I remember, yeah, great. I love the introductions with like Jimmy Woo, Darcy, and Monica. Those are great. My favorite one, of course, is like Darcy. I love like it feels like they were kidnapped or something, and she was asking like one of them like, "What's your job?" And then when the last person said, "I am like a chemist something," and she's like, "We don't care." So yeah,
Right
Darcy has
on.
lots of great lines. Again, I wish that this episode was longer. I don't know why it's 30 minutes, but they really used their 30 minutes pretty well. It's very entertaining. And it's just a very like great change of genre.
All the episodes could have been longer, in my opinion. They could have been I could have watched those for way longer.
Yeah, even when I rewatch it again, I'm like, oh, this needs to be longer. Needs to be
Right on.
longer. Okay, so this is now we're into the bottom 4. This is like
Yeah.
that's when the next thing that I think is like not bad, but it's unfortunately in my list, like one of the bottom 4 is I love episode 2. Do not touch that dial. I love the of course I love the iconic opening. I love the theme song. It's one of my top 2 favorite like WandaVision team song. At first, when I first watched the Magic Show, I love it. It's cute and all, but when I rewatch it again, I'm like, I don't know anymore. They could have done something different than a Magic Show or something. If it was a musical number, I would love it because I saw some pics of it. I thought it was gonna be like a musical number. Like, oh, it's just a Magic Show. I mean, this is the episode when everything is the introductions of Clue. That's when all the fan theories started coming in. And again, I love Agatha in this episode. Lots of great liners. I also love the color transition at the end with like black and white to the car. It was very beautiful. I think that's like the clip of like, here you go. This is our entry to the Emmys.
Right on. My number 6 was episode number 3, Now in Color. I liked this episode mostly because of all the little things, like for instance, when the neighbor and Agatha was all like, is Darcy in there? She's not from here. She doesn't have a home and everything. I liked that. And I really liked the end when Monica was in the house with Elizabeth Olsen. She's all like, I had a twin. And then she's like, yeah, he got killed by Ultron. And she's like, what did you say? And I liked how we got to see Wanda flip and get kind of, evil. And then I pushed her out of the thing. And then I love that end when Monica's all like, it's Wanda. It's been Wanda the whole time. I really liked that. And that was kind of like the first stepping stone to the switching back and forth from inside WandaVision to outside in the real world. And I liked that when they did the switch. It was really, really good.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I also love that's when everything started to be built like my tension very like suspicious and stuff. I'm like, ooh, things are starting to become weird. Episode 4, I'll never forget. I never being like freaked out seeing like visions like corpse again. Especially when it's early in the morning, like, oh, I cannot like sleep after it. That was so creepy, Marvel, and like how dark it is.
So what was your number 7?
Okay, number 7 is your favorite, episode 8. I don't know, this was hard because I really appreciate like what it is compared to like when I first watched it. Like I thought, to be honest with you, I thought this is how the show would begin, like that thing where we see like how Wanda created it. I really see like why they really waited until the end. It makes sense. It builds the mystery of it. I love learning about Wanda's like backstory, and it's very very, very dramatic. I think that's why it's slow, because it's like so sad. I'm like, I don't know if I want to rewatch this again. Lots of I just wish that they didn't include, like, I wish Agatha has her own like episode, like what has she been up to, like how did she get into like Westfield and stuff, because at first I thought there was Agatha's like background. Okay, here we go, and I'm like, no, never mind, it's Wanda, because we have no time yet to explain Wanda. So I love the opening and stuff. I think this would be a lot better if they include Petro, his involvement with the story, his story. I hated how like they kind of like chop him off a bit. So yeah, it's a pretty
Right on.
slow pacing episode, but not so slow when it comes to emotion.
My number 7 was episode number 2. Don't touch that dial. I don't like sitcoms. So the first 3 episodes were kind of rough for me. This episode, it was very like, I didn't like the magic show. I didn't like the the whole premise behind the episode. I didn't like how Vision was all like, oh, I'm all gummed up on the inside. I'm all like, yeah, and I don't care.
I don't
Yeah, and I don't it just wasn't very like her in the planning committee. I didn't care. I just didn't care about any of it. I was just like, I really wish that they would have, and other people said this too, I wish they would have released the first 3 episodes all at once, because after the first 2 episodes, I was like, oh, this show is gonna be bad. So yeah. That's I
as they released like days ago, they said they were originally supposed to release 3 episodes. I'm like, why did you not do that? Like, I don't care. Like if I have to wait pretty long for the finale to be finished, as long as you give me like a satisfying ending, I can wait. That's when I'm like, because if I'm convinced not to watch one, but like, no, you cannot you have to end it until episode 3. That's when, like, if you pass those 3 episodes, if you're into episode 3, that's when you know like you're really into the shows.
So what was your number 8?
Oh, number 8 was hard, but like I gotta put this as episode 7, breaking the fourth wall. I wish that they could have done so much more. The Office. I wish that they incorporate Darcy's background, the actress who played Darcy's background, because I heard that she had a sitcom early 2000s or somewhere in the 2000s. And I don't know, I didn't really care about the circus one that just came out of nowhere, and I just wanted to, like, it's cute, but like I just want to skip that. I just want to get into, like, I do. The only thing I love about this episode is, of course, Agatha All Along. That was such a bop song. I put it like pretty low. And yeah, it's a pretty slow start, slow pacing of the episode overall until like Monica enters the heck. Oh, this episode's a mix for me. It's like they have some great moments, but however, they could have done so much more with it. I wish that episode takes place in an office rather than like Vision like in a circus or whatever, or like, yeah, but overall I love how it shows a message to children that it's okay to allow your parents to like have like a me time break or self-care day, which I really like. And also I thought they might do like a Modern Family like open. I was very disappointed with the open. That's your opening? Seriously? After the first 6 that were so good, you gave me like episode 7, like the open, like, come on, man. Come on, Christian and Bobby Lopez. Come on. Yeah, I feel like everything is, yeah, this episode overall felt like a good episode before the finale. It just felt like it. And then episode 8 kind of felt like, okay, we have no time, so we gotta put like a filler episode, how I felt. So yeah, how about you? What is your second worst episode?
My number 8 is episode 1. Again, I don't like sitcoms. I don't relate to them at all. I didn't really care for this episode because of that. I understand they were trying to do the Dick Van Dyke Show, but I don't watch those kind of shows. So I didn't like the humor of it. The only parts that I liked about this episode and episode 2 were the one in this no, it was not in this episode, when the boss, Mr. Hart, was choking on the piece of egg or whatnot, and the one woman's like, stop it, and then Wanda just looks at Vision, she's like, Vision, help him. And I really like how she kind of like flipped the switch for a hot second. I liked it when she did that in this episode and the second episode, but overall I just didn't like these episodes because I don't like sitcoms, and the whole time watching it I was just like, oh, if I could, I would fast forward so I could just not have to deal with this, but you had to do it to tell the story, so I guess it had to be there.
I mean, it's her favorite sitcom of all time, so at least episode 8 really explains why it has to begin with Dick Van Dyke. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now as to why she wants to do it. Speaking of episode 1, That is my least favorite episode. Like, I really love how cute it is. The opening number is pretty cute. I remember like when you go on Twitter, whenever I love the music they put for like, here's the series finale, like the series premiere, WandaVision. I love that excitement. It just felt like old Hollywood. It felt so good. This is something that Marvel is not really used to. It's a really like, I just love how WandaVision is the first like risky show. We'll talk about towards the end if this was a good decision or not for them. And overall, nothing really major happened in this episode other than like picking up those clues. And again, a very disappointing start because we all thought they might like start creating the hex or something, but no, just start right into like them getting married out of the sudden. Because I remember my friend who started, I don't know if he finished one, but she was like, "What the hell am I watching? Now they're all like married." And I remember my mom was like, "I thought he was dead, and maybe it's like their backstory or something." Like, oh my god, cute homage. I love the homage too. I like how, I don't know if you watched the making of it. I like how they don't want to make it feel like a parody. They want to make it feel like it's like homage to it. Like I think I also like the Twilight Zone too. They could have done so much more with it or something. Or yeah, that's yeah.
My least favorite episode was the finale. I
Oh,
did
interesting.
I didn't think that it was a good ending. I didn't like the conclusion of the season. There was a lot of things that I didn't like in this episode. I felt that they left a lot of stuff on the floor as far as explaining certain things, explaining characters, what happened to them. And it was just, it was a big letdown for me. It was a big disappointment. That's the word that I usually use. For me, it was Game of Thrones level disappointment.
Oh yeah.
Like, because it was so good up until that point, and I was thoroughly disappointed.
Yes, like yeah, I totally get it. Like I was also like that too. I was like, really? That's how you're gonna end it? That's how I felt like Wanda's grief. There you go. Wanda's the grief of the show. I'm just happy that the story is continuing. Again, we'll see how the story goes through with the
Right
two
on.
movies are coming out. I'm so sad I have to wait pretty long, but at least we're getting something. I was hoping to get. I would love to see the twins like age up into their teenage years or young adults, or I don't know how old
Yeah.
they're gonna do. I was hoping to see that one. I remember talking to one of our two, like, oh my god, that would be nice if we see like a post credit scene of like the twins growing up and then they needed help, but kind
For
of got
sure.
that, but it was the other way around where like, yeah, I was a bit nervous. Like I thought we might see Wanda becoming like a villain or something, setting up for Doctor Strange too, but overall it's kind of like an open ending show. But again, they blame COVID. It's just sad to see like their plots. Like, damn it. God damn.
Right on.
But
overall, I did enjoy the
oh
show.
yeah, the
It's
show. Let's talk
just
about the show.
Yeah, I did enjoy the show. I thought that the acting was superb. Even though I didn't like the whole sitcom thing, I thought it was shot very well and directed very well. And I didn't think that the writing was bad, except for the conclusion of it. I felt that, a lot of people online were saying, it's our fault as the audience because we let all these theories get out of control. And I said this before, but I think that when it comes to theories, like I had my own theories and they weren't right, and that didn't bother me that I wasn't right. What bothered me is, for instance, when it came to Evan Peters as Pietro, I didn't put that in my head. They put that in my head. They made him Quicksilver, and they put in my head that was the Quicksilver from the Fox X-Men franchise. That wasn't my fault. That was their fault. They put expectations that they didn't deliver on. I also blame some of the actors for the things that they have said in interviews. I don't know if they were joking or if they were being serious or whatnot, but whatever it was, it wasn't right. Elizabeth Olsen said there was going to be a Luke Skywalker size cameo. I did not feel there was. The actress that played Dottie said her character would show up in a later episode and it was important to the story. That was a lie. She was not even kind of important. Paul Bettany said that he was all like, oh, I worked with a star that I've never worked with before, and he was talking about himself, and I'm all like, oh, get out of here, like that's ridiculous. So I do felt like brung us along a little bit with certain things. That's all on them. I'm not going to take any blame for that. They did that.
The finale too, like there's so much fight happening behind the scenes during the episode too. There's like Wanda stands versus the MCU stand, and then there's like the fans versus like the people
Right on
behind the show, and there's like a bunch of fights happening happening all in one day, and it's the finale, and that's kind of like, I think that episode shows the visual of like how we felt, how majority of us felt with the finale or the show in general. Like,
and I also
finale, but yeah.
Right on. Yeah. No, and I also felt like as a comic book fan though, I did appreciate a lot of the stuff that they did. I mean, like me personally, like my wife is not a comic book reader. She's a normie. So when she watches this stuff, she's all like, "Oh, I didn't know that about the comic books." But I do feel at the end of the day, they still played it safe and they still the ending wasn't anything spectacular. I mean, I did enjoy that they took a risk because this show, like Elizabeth Olsen said, it was weird. And I do agree with that. There was a lot of weirdness going on, and I do appreciate the risk that they took. But at the end of the day, the conclusion, in my opinion, was still pretty safe because, nothing happened that was crazy and everything. And then I also have lost my train of thought. I was going to say something important there, but I don't remember what it was. As the MCU goes, I think that this fits in, but what I was going to say was I don't like that Kevin Feige said that you don't have to watch this show.
Oh yes, I don't
to
like
get
that.
for it to link to the movies. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. If you're saying I don't have to watch this show, then why would I watch this show? If because like now I'm like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I don't need to watch that. I'm going to, but I don't need to. So why would I? Especially if you're a normie and you're all like you can take it or leave it. So I didn't like that when it came to the show also.
Because I remember Feige said like for us, like I'm not really like an MCU stan, just like in the middle kind of. But like I just like how I remember him saying like, guys, stay patient. It's all gonna pay off at the end. Like I remember him saying that. I don't know which interview. I just remember him saying like it's all gonna pay off at the end. As of right now, you're gonna be frustrated, but stay like it's like telling a child to stay put. Overall, my thoughts about the show. I feel like this show is kind of like like we expect this big hype epic show or something like that, and then when you watch like really that's what you gain. I feel like I'm kind of like scam-ish a bit because I put it number one because of the things that I heard about factors or anything. After watching the show in general, I'm like, I feel embarrassed. Like, why did I put it for number one? Like, this would probably be like top five. It wouldn't be number one anymore after I see like the entire show. Applause to like Feige or them doing like a big risk. I'm happy that this is basically I think this is very successful. Like I was nervous after the third episode. I was like, wait, why is nobody now talking about this? Why is this like not trending on Twitter? And then after once episode 4 comes out, that's when I thought I would see the show. Like everybody's talking about it every day, and I don't know. I love this excitement of every Thursday day. Like when Thursday arrives, I love that excitement. I miss that excitement for like TV shows in general. It's been so long. This show really made me excited for like TV shows again or the episode. And it's a very good mystery. It's just that now, because I remember at the end, I was like, I don't know if they needed to do a season 2. And now I'm like, yep, they really need to do a season 2 now. And
for sure.
Yeah, like I would like for season 2, like I would love them. I don't know, because I was nervous, like, how are they gonna do it with Vision? Because I don't know what to do with Vision anymore. Now they open the door for so many characters. It's just sad. Like I don't even know when we're gonna see Vision like officially. We have like some, but speaking of speculation, I just feel like this show teaches us fans to MCU more and MCU stand is that to lower down our hype, lower down our expectations. Content kind of like this similar. It just teaches us to lower it down. And I think the main lesson is like don't expect too much because we don't want to be like Wanda again, going through grief and obsession, like what the hell, or like wasting our time. It's a great learning experience. It's a fun ride. I'm just sad that it's done in such a tragic ending, done so much more, but fingers crossed, hopefully Wanda doesn't die. I don't think she's gonna die. If she dies, her stand.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I just hope that they kind of change the storyline with the twins. I don't like how they don't really interact as parents a lot. I know that's kind of comics accurate, but like I don't want the twins to want to being separated all the time. Until like, because the last movie, now they're finally together and then now they're gone.
Right on.
Yeah, it's a great show. I think, yeah, they just have to lower like the hype. Even you, Fight, I'm looking at you, or the actors, like be careful what you say around fans.
Absolutely.
So that is our ranking for the WandaVision episode. What a Magnus show and Magnus episode. This was so hard. Like they're all good. They have big flaws that made it harder to rank. And I hope you had fun. I'm very happy to hear like your thoughts and opinions about the WandaVision episode. I guess before we go, which Marvel like Disney Plus show are you looking forward to next? There's so many like coming up.
In all honesty, this I'm pretty sure I'm at the unpopular opinion. I'm really looking forward to What If, the animated show. I really would love. I just want to see. I love What If comics from Marvel. The comics, like, you know, what if Punisher killed off the Marvel universe, or what if this? So it'll be very. I think it looks fun, and I love animation, so I think it'll be great to see what they pull off with that show.
I'm excited for that show too. It's just that nobody's not really excited other than like
Right on.
for me, I'm excited for Miss Marvel. Like, I'm very curious how they're gonna do that show because I kind of see some clips of the voice acting how Miss Marvel sound like I really like her. But like when I saw the casting of it, I'm like, I don't know. But I'll see her acting. We'll see her acting and hearing like the drama behind the scenes and so I'm like, I'm nervous now with this show. But then like still got hopes and so Miss Marvel and Hawkeye too because I'm excited to see like Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop. I'll be very surprised with myself if Falcon ends up becoming my favorite Disney Plus show.
You never know. You never
know. Simply with WandaVision, you never know. So thank you so much for doing this video with me.
Oh, of course, anytime. I love your stuff, Gico.
Yeah, love your stuff too. So make sure you check out his hardworking videos on his channel once again. Everything's on the comments down below. And yeah, that is it. Anything else you want to say or?
No, just thanks for having me on, and I hope your subscribers really like this.
Okay, please subscribe, like, comment, whatever. Okay, bye.
Bye.
No.
Oh. Wait, that's it? Okay. We won't say please stand by again, like Wanda